that is C naught is the set of all convergent sequences converging to 0, and I asked whether this metric d of x y is mod of limit x n minus y n, whether this forms a metric on C naught or not. Now, if we look, this is a well defined thing, because x n y n both are convergent sequence. So, x n minus y n will be convergent and the limit will exist. But if we see the properties, then all the properties are satisfied except the first one, that is d of x y is 0 if and only if x equal to y. In that case, one way it is true, that is d x y, which is limit of this x n minus y n n, and if I take it to be 0, then this does not give the guarantee x is equal to y, because the reason is, if we consider the sequence say x which is 1 by n and say y which is identically 0 sequence, all the terms are zeros, then in that case the difference x n minus y n, that is comes out to be 0, while x is not equal to y. So, this shows that though this is satisfy most of the property of the metric space, but the problem is coming only this property, that when d x y is 0, x need not be equal to 0. So, such a notion of the distance which satisfied all the properties of the metric space except this one is known as the semi-metric space, semi-metric, and the corresponding space we call it as a semi-metric space. So, we formally define the semi-metric space as a pair x d, where x is a non-empty set and d is a function defined from x cross x to say R, which satisfy the property that d of x x is 0, then d of x y equal to d of y x, then d of x z is less than equal to d of x y plus d of y z. So, if these properties are satisfied, d is a non-negative real finite number is already there, non-negative real finite, which satisfy this condition, where except the property where d x y equal to 0. So, a distinct point may also have a distance 0 in that. Now, there is a standard procedure to convert the semi-metric space into a metric space. So, because this normally we deal with the metric space. So, even if we come across about the semi-metric space, then there is a way to convert it into a metric space, and the procedure is followed. This requires the concept of equivalence relation. So, the equivalence relation we mean, suppose x and y are the two elements of the sets and x is related to y under certain relation. Say suppose I take the relation x related to y, if x is the divisor of y or x plus y equal to 3, and like that way so many times so many ways one can relate. So, if this relation is reflexive, that is x is related to x itself for every x belongs to the set, it is symmetric. Symmetric means if x is related to y, then y must be related to x, and transitive, that is if x is related to y, y is related to z, then x must be related to z. So, if over a class x, if we define the relation R which satisfy these three property, then we say R is an equivalence relation on x. And every equivalence relation when we define this, decompose the set into equivalence classes. That equivalence classes they are disjoint, pair by disjoint, and union becomes the entire space X. That is, if this is our set X, then if we define the relation R, which is an equivalence relation, then it will decompose this set into disjoint equivalence classes, so that the union total becomes X. So, this is the property. Now, using this concept, we can have a method which helps you in transferring the semi-metric space into a metric space, and the result is like this. Let X d be a semi-metric space, and define a relation X is rated to Y, or we can say X is rated to Y if d of x y equal to 0. Suppose X is a set and we are defining a relation between the 2 points of the set H. If the distance of x and y is 0, then those two set elements are related. Okay. So, once we define this relation, then it will satisfy these three conditions: reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Because if we replace y by x, d of x x is 0. So, reflexive property is satisfied. If d x y is 0, d y x will be 0, and similarly d x z, if it is less than equal to d x y plus d y x. So, both are 0, and since it is a distance function, it cannot be negative. So, d x z must be 0. So, it is an equivalence relation defined. So, it will decompose the set X into equivalence classes, say E x, E y, E x, E y, etc. Then it will, so it is an equivalence relation. It decomposes the set capital X into disjoint equivalence classes. Say E x, E y, etc., where E x we mean is the set of those point x dash belonging to capital S such that the distance from x remains 0. Okay. So, out of this x, this is our x d, and here we are taking say x. So, pick up those point x dash, x double dash and so on, whose distance from this becomes 0. Clear? This will form one class E x. Similarly, E y is the set of those point y dash in x whose distance from y is 0. Okay. So, this way if you do, then it will decompose the x into these classes which are disjoint, and if we take the union of all such, it becomes capital X. That is the one. Now, take a collection E as the set of all these equivalence classes. Now, on this E, define a distance function rho as follows. Take rho of E x E y as the d of x y. B claim that this rho is well defined on E cross E, okay, and the E cross E means this capital E, and this capital E under the rho is a metric space. So, basically x d is not a metric space, but if I define a equivalence relation on x So, it decomposes the equivalence classes, and with the help of the equivalence classes you are now introducing the notion of the distance on E, capital E. So, basically the capital E, these are the subsets of x only, and in the fashion. How does it? First thing, whether it is well defined, how it is well defined. Second is whether it is metric or not. These two things we wanted to test. It is a well defined thing, means E x, E y, these are the two classes, one is E x, another one is E y, both are distinct class, disjoint classes. What we are doing is, we are taking x from E x class, y from E y class and finding the distance. Now, this distance d, if it is independent of the choice of the points, then it is well defined. Independent of choice means, instead of taking the x, I can take x dash, because this is equivalent to x, or I can take y dash because it is equivalent to y, and if the distance between x dash and y dash is the same as the distance between x and y, then our problem is solved. So, let x dash and y dash are the two different points in E x and E y respectively, okay, respectively. Then such that x is related to x dash and y is related to y dash. So, consider this thing, d of x y minus d of x dash y dash. Mod of this, we know this is less than equal to d of x x dash plus d of y y dash. Clear? Why this is so? Because the reason is, if I start with say d x y, we can write this thing as d of x x dash less than equal to plus d of x dash y dash plus d of y dash by triangular inequality. Okay. So, transfer this thing towards the left hand side and then take this thing. So, it is less than equal to d of x x dash plus d of y dash. Now, if I interchange the position of x to x dash, y to y dash, then mod sign will come and we can see. Clear? So, this is the, now x and x dash, they are the same point in the same class E x. So, according to the construction, d of x x dash must be 0. Similarly, d of y y dash must be 0. So, basically this tends to 0. So, d of x y equal to d of y dash x. It means the function which you are defining rho x y in terms of d x y is a well defined thing. Now, either it is a metric or not, let us see the property. The first property is M 1, that is rho of E x E y. It is 0 if and only if E x equal to E y, is it not? This is now what is the rho of E x equal to E y. So, let us take, if rho of E x comma E y is defined as the d of y comma x or x comma y. Now, if it is 0, it means if rho E x E y is 0. What do you mean? It means d of x y is 0. D of x y is 0, does it not imply x is related to y? So, does it not imply that y belongs to E x, or the class generated by y and the class generated by x both will be identical. Therefore, both equal. Now, conversely, if both are equal, then it means the class generated by x and generated by are same. So, if this is true, then this will happen, and if this is happen, it is true. When this is true, this will happen. So, it means it will form the first property is obviously satisfied, and other property is obviously true. Why? Because if you write d E x E y, interchange the position, then distance d by x and d x y makes no difference. Therefore, this property will also continue hold true. Third property, similarly triangular inequality, you can say that this is 2. So, all the properties are satisfied, therefore, it will form a metric on this. So, this is the way how to convert the semi metric space into a metric space. Clear? Now, there is another examples which we will take later on, but this is means example I am writing, the detail when we go for the Lebesgue concepts. This is, suppose we have a class X which is L01. L01 is the set of all Lebesgue integrable functions, L integrable function, Lebesgue integrable function. Okay. On the interval 0 1, on the interval 0 1. Then if we since function f, so if f belongs to this class L 0 1, then by definition of the Lebesgue integration, integral 0 to 1 modulus of f x dx is finite. Okay. This is by definition. Lebesgue integrable means those functions which are integrable, absolute value of this is integrable over 0 to 1. When we say L p, then b has to raise the power p. So, pth integrable functions. This is different, the concept is a higher concept than the Riemann integrals. Here we have function f which are Lebesgue measurable functions, Lebesgue integrable functions. Okay. Then on this class, if we define a metric D f g as 0 to 1 mod f minus g x dx, then you will see that this satisfy all the property except one, that is d f g equal to 0 does not imply f equal to g, it imply f equal to g almost everywhere, and this shows it is a semi metric. Okay, that is a metric space x d is said to be separable if it has a countable subset, okay, which is dense in X, countable subset which is dense in X. What is the meaning of countable? A set, if there is a 1-to-1 correspondence between the set and the set of positive integer, that is a natural number. Suppose 1, 2, 3 etcetera, these are the set of natural number, and this is the set M. If corresponding to each x we get 1 we get 2 another number, 3 we get another number, and so on. So, if there is a 1-1 correspondence between the set of the points and the set of natural number of positive integers, then this set is said to be a countable set. So, a set which is countable and dense, if such a set exists in a metric space X, then we say metric space is a separable. Now, for example, is set of real number, it is a separable metric space. So, R and C are separable. R and C are separable, because in case of R you can identify the set M which is a set of rational number. So, rational numbers are countable and it is dense. So, it will be a separable. In case of the C, because the C, this is the set of all complex number of the form x plus I y, where x and y both are real. So, if I pick up a set M, whose elements are say p plus I q, where p and q both are rational numbers, then this set, closure of this will be C, and it will be a countable set. So, we can say that C has a countable subset which is dense in itself C, okay? Countable set which is dense in C. So, C is separable. Okay. Then another example, let us see. If I choose a discrete metric space, then we have a discrete metric space X D is separable if and only if x is countable. Why? If we look at proof, a discrete metric means a metric space which satisfies this condition 0 and 1. When x is equal to y, the distance between x and y will be 0, and when it is not equal to y, then distance is 1. So, suppose I take any subset M of x, any subset. Now, this M, closure of M, will it be x or not? It cannot be equal to x. Why? Because if I take that any point x, because if we take any point x belonging to capital X, but not in M, then distance from x to M, where M is an element of capital M, they are distinct. So, the distance will be 1. It means, if we draw an open ball around the point x with a radius less than 1, you will not get any point of M. You will not get, because as soon as you take the x other than the points of M, distance will always be 1. So, if we take a point less than 1, it cannot contain any point of M, it will be the point x itself. Therefore, this cannot be dense in. It means, no proper subset of this can be dense. So, only the dense set will be the x itself. So, no proper subset of x can be dense in X. So, what is the proper what is the dense set left out now? Only the space X itself. So, only X is itself is dense in itself. Okay? And condition is giving the X is also countable, because this condition I have taken, if X is countable and X is the only set which is dense, it means X must be separable. So, X discrete metric is if a metric space X which is countable and dense, obviously it will be separable by definition, and if a X D is a discrete metric, then according to the definition of the metric, only set which is dense in X is the X itself, and therefore, it will be separable only when X is countable. So, that is, I think it is clear. Then another not trivial example is our say L infinity. L infinity is the set of those point x which is an infinite sequence of real or complex numbers, such that the supremum of mod x I is finite, set of all bounded sequences, is it not? And notion of the distance d infinity we have defined in terms of the supremum mod x I minus eta I, where x is equal to xi I, y is equal to eta I, both are in L infinity. We claim that L infinity under this metric is not separable, is not separable. So, it means either we are unable to get a set which is dense and countable both, is it not? Then only we can say this is not separable. So, if a set is dense, it may not be countable, and if a set is countable, it may not be dense in. So, let us see how this proof goes. Let us pick up a point by whose elements are suppose eta 1, eta 2, eta 3 and so on, where eta I is either 0 or 1. It means we are taking a sequence whose elements are either 0, 1 or 0, 1 like that. Maybe all zeros, maybe all 1, or maybe some zeros, some 1s. So, what will be the supremum of this? It will be maximum 1. So, it is finite bounded, therefore, this will be a point in L infinity. This is the point in L infinity. Okay. Now, if we construct a real number say by head h follow eta 1 by 2, eta 2 by 2 square, eta 3 by 2 cube and so on. Now, eta i's are 0 or 1. So, is it not a binary representation of a real number by head? If by head is a real number, its binary representation will have this type of expansion eta 1 by 2, eta 2 by, where eta 1, eta 2, eta n may assume either 0 or 1, clear. So, this is the binary representation of by head, and this will definitely be point belonging to interval 0, 1. Why 0, 1? Because all etas are zeros, then y will be, y head will be 0. If all are 1, then it is half plus half square plus 1 by 2 q and so on, a infinite geometric series. So, a over 1 minus r, 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 2, that is r 1. So, maximum it can take the value 1 and minimum is 0. So, it can take all the possible all the real numbers in between 0 and 1, clear. Giving the different choice of eta 1, eta 2, eta n, you can fill up the gaps, fill up these closed interval 0 and 1. Clear? Now, let us take a otherwise. Suppose I picked up a point in this interval. Okay? Say any point in this interval can be expressed into this form. So, take the numerators only. So, you can construct a sequence by whose coordinates are eta 1, eta 2, eta 3. So, it will be a point in L infinity and having the coordinate either 0 and 1. It means there is a 1-to-1 correspondence between the collection of this type of point and the point in the 0, 1, clear. So, if this is our L infinity and here this is a set M, where the elements are of this type by. Similarly, another element set Z, similarly another element like this, and each one will have the coordinate either 0 and 1. So, what is the distance between these 2 points? Maximum distance will be 1, is it not? If by and z both are identical, the distance will be 0, but if by and z is any point, say psi 1, psi 2, psi 3 and so on, where the psi's are 0 or 1, then what happens? The distance between these 2 points d of x by means difference between the corresponding coordinate eta 1 minus psi 1, eta 2 minus psi 2 and so on, take the supremum. So, if all eta I is equal to psi I, the value will be 0. If at least one of place it differs, the value will be infinity. So, it means the distance between y and z will be 1 if they are different, otherwise 0. Okay. Now, let us draw the ball around the point y and around the point z with a radius f sin 1 by 3. If we draw the ball around the point y with a radius 1 by 3, draw a ball around the point z with a radius 1 by 3, then they are disjoint balls. Okay. Now, this y and z, these are the points in L infinity, corresponding point in 0 1 and vice versa. So, it means the how many sequence points you have in L infinity, whether it is countable or uncountable. Corresponding to each point on 0 1, we get one point in L infinity, but 0 1 is an uncountable set. 0 1 is an uncountable set. Clear? So, it means there are uncountable number of points are there y hat. Therefore, correspondingly we had the uncountable point in L infinity, that is in the set M. So, these M is an uncountable set, means these points are uncountable. Now, we are drawing the balls around each point which are disjoint. Clear? Now, suppose L infinity is separable. Let us assume this part. So, it means if it is separable, it must have a countable dense subset. Okay. So, let M be a countable dense subset of L infinity, countable dense subset of L infinity, such that closure of this equal to L infinity. Clear? Now, if closure of this is L infinity and countable, so if we pick up any arbitrary point of L infinity, then and draw the ball, then this ball must include the points of M. So, there is a one point M here, another point M here, but how many such byes are there? They are countable. It means you are getting a countable number of the uncountable, and uncountable number of these open balls are available, and in each ball we want some point of M. So, M has to be uncountable, because a countable set cannot fill up the uncountable balls. So, M has to be uncountable. It means, if a set M is dense in L infinity, it cannot be a countable set. Okay? Therefore, L infinity is not separable. Clear? So, that is what is, I think it is clear. So, L infinity is not a separable. Okay, dense in L infinity. Now, since the balls are uncountable, okay, so a countable set M cannot fill up these uncountable balls. Clear? So, L infinity cannot be separable. That is the reason. Okay. Now, let us take another example where it is a separable. L p, when p is say greater than 1, okay, equal to 1 at the most, is and but infinity, less than infinity, but p infinity is given, because L infinity is not separable. So, this is a separable metric space. What is L p? The L p is the set of those point x which is in the form of the sequence x I I, such that its pth power is absolutely summable. Okay? This is the, and the notion of the distance d p on x by is defined as 1 to infinity mod x I minus eta I power p power say 1 by p, where p is greater than 1, and by is equal to eta I is a point in LP. Okay. LP. So, this is our LP. Now, we want this to be separable. So, we have to show the existence of a set which is countable and dense. Okay. So, this can be done like that. Let x which is x I belongs to LP. Okay. So, once it belongs to LP, it means this condition will satisfy, power p is finite. Now, this is a series, an infinite series which is convergent. So, if I truncate the series after a certain stage, the remainder can be made as small as we please, depending on how many numbers of terms after that you are discarding or truncating. So, for the given epsilon greater than 0, one can find n such that this series I is equal to n plus 1 to infinity mod x I to the power p is less than say epsilon to p by 2. For this epsilon, so epsilon to the power p is also another one epsilon 1. So, this is say epsilon 1. So, with this epsilon 1, we can identify the number of points starting from x I 1, x I 2, x I n. So, if I truncate after n term, the remaining term which is the remainder of the convergence series can be made as small as this number. Okay. Now, the points which are left now x I 1, x I 2, x I n, these are the points left out. Okay. So, now we construct a set M which is a set of all the points by which is of the form eta 1, eta 2, eta n with respect to this n, okay, 0, 0, 0, where eta i's are rational numbers, they are rationals. Okay. Clear? So, we are taking those points whose first n elements are rational and rest are zeros. Now, this set M is obviously countable. Why? Because these are rational points. So, you keep on changing eta 1, eta 2, eta n, you get another points by 1, by 2, by n, but eta 1, eta 2 are rational number and rational number set is countable. So, you can have a countable number of collections there. We can replace eta 1, eta 2, eta n from the countable set. Therefore, by 1, by 2, by n can be constructed and this will form a countable set. Okay. So, this is a countable set. Clear? So, M is countable. Now, only thing left out, if it is also dense in LP, then we have at least this set which is countable and dense. Okay. So, now x I 1, x I 2, x I n which is either a real number or complex number depending on the set. If LP is a real space, then these coordinates will be real. If LP is a complex, then this will be a complex. So, let us take with this real case first. Okay. So, corresponding eta 1, eta 2, eta n is a rational points. If you start with complex, then this will be the sum of the complex form where each real and imaginary part will be a rational part. So, like that. So, x I 1, x I 2 are real, every real number can be approximated by means of a rational number. Every real number, we can always find a sequence of the rational point which converges to the real number. That is the difference between the real and rational can be made as small as we please. So, corresponding to the x I 1, x I 2 and x I n, we can find the rational points eta 1, eta 2, eta n such that the series I equal to 1 to n mod of x I minus eta I power p is less than epsilon to the power p by 2. Xi 1 can be approximated by eta 1, Xi 2 can be approximated by eta 2, Xi n can be approximated by eta n, and in such that the sum of these their pth power is less than this number. Okay. Now, take any point x. Now, choose any point x belongs to LP. Okay. Then corresponding to this, find the by, and by belongs to M. So, what is the dp x by definition n power p? This is I is equal to 1 to n mod of xi I minus eta I power p plus I equal to n plus 1 to infinity mod of xi I power p, is it not? Because this series is there, this is our series, this one is the series, this is. So, when I is equal to 1 to n, the eta 1, eta 2 n are there, but when I is equal to n plus 1, eta n plus 1 is 0 and so on. So, basically I equal to 1 to n, you are getting this term, and after that xi I minus 0, that comes. Okay. Now, this is less than epsilon to the power p by 2, this is less than epsilon p by 2, total becomes epsilon p. So, take the power 1 by p both side, we get, therefore, dp x by is less than epsilon. Okay. So, what they show? This shows, so M is dense in LP. M is countable, M is dense, therefore, LP is count. Okay. M is countable, M is dense. So, LP under dp with dp is separable. Okay. That is clear. So, we can in fact find out the any space by this, whether it is separable or not. Okay. The BAB, for example, the set BAB. What is the BAB? Set of all functions f which are bounded on the closed interval a b, and the metric is defined in terms of the supremum f t minus g t over t belonging to the interval a b. Because it is a bounded function, supremum will attend, and this is the metric. Now, this B a b under D is not a separable space. Okay. The hint I will give that. Why it is not? Because this basically is this metric BAB set is nothing but a parallel set in our L infinity. L infinity what? L infinity is the collection of the sequences which are bounded. Here in instead of the sequence, you are getting the functions which are bounded, and the similar type of metric is defined supremum xi I minus eta I, here the supremum of mod f t minus g t. So, in fact, the proofs that L infinity is not separable, on a similar lines we can show that this is also not separable. So, what you have to do is, you have to first identify the points, okay, where it has a value functions, where it has a value 0s and 1. Okay. Find out the collections and then take these distances between the two functions where it is 1. Those points with the help of just like L infinity, find out a point which are having distance 1 apart, draw the wall, then if you assume set is countable and dense, then it cannot fill these uncountable points. This. So, in a similar way it can be proved. Okay. So, this you can try. Now, there are certain more definitions which is required, like the concept of the convergence, Cauchy sequences in a general metric space. Just like in a real or complex number, we define the convergence part a sequence of the real number is said to converge to a point x if the distance mod of x n minus x is tending to 0 when n tends to infinity. So, basically this concept has been generalized to an arbitrary metric space. So, convergence of a sequence in a metric space. Okay. A sequence x n in a metric space x d is said to be convergent is said to be convergent or convergent if there exists a point x belong to capital X. Please remember here this is very important part, this part is important. There exists a point x belongs to capital X such that the distance between x n and x tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. Why I am insisting this point? Because in case of the real, if x be R, take a sequence of real numbers x 1, x 2, x n, okay, then this sequence of the real number will converge to a some real point which is available in the R. Okay. So, then we say the x this mod of x n minus R tends to 0 or x n minus x tends to 0, but here is not guaranteed the point x be available in the set x, because x need not be an entire real line. If I choose x to be only this open interval 0 and 1, then what happens? If I pick up the sequence x n to be 1 by n and define the notion of the distance as our usual distance as x minus y, then this sequence x n will converge to 0, but 0 is not available in x, because x is only the semi closed interval 0 1. So, though the x n goes to 0, but because the limiting point is not available, therefore, we say x n does not converge to 0 in this metric D, because the limiting point is not available. But if suppose I remove this thing, simply I take x n equal to 1 by n and entire real line x to be R, obviously, the point R will be available in 0 will be available in R. So, this is a sequence is convergent, but when you go for the metric space, then what type of the set you are choosing, what type of the metric you are choosing, that takes a important plays an important role in deciding whether the sequence is convergent or does not converge. Okay. So, that is the main idea behind it. Okay. In a similar way, we define a sequence to be Cauchy sequence. Cauchy sequence or fundamental sequence. Okay. We say a sequence x n, in a metric space x d is said to be Cauchy if the distance between x n and x m can be made less than epsilon r for n m greater than equal to capital. That is, if for a given epsilon r greater than 0, there exists an n which depends on epsilon r such that the distance between x n and x m can be made less than epsilon r for all m greater than n. Just like in a real line also, if this is a sequence x 1, x 2, x n, what we do is pick up the epsilon r and then truncate it. After this, the difference between any two terms of the sequence has to be less than epsilon r. For example, 1 by n, x n is equal to 1 by n. If I take this interval 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on, suppose I truncate after 1 by 100, then if you pick up any two terms of the sequence 1 by 10 cube minus 1 by 10 4, it will remain less than the desired number epsilon r whatever you choose. So, this epsilon r will depend on how many terms you are choosing here. Okay. So, that is depend. clear. So, this term is we will see that again in a similar way, if convergent in Cauchy, that we will see the completeness later on, because in case of the real or complex number, every Cauchy sequence is a convergent one. So, that is why the real and complex number is a complete metric space, complete, but in a general metric space not true, that we will take later. Okay, thank you.